Alright, today we're rating custom Magic the Gathering cards from none other than the, I don't know, crazy world of custom Magic on Reddit. All these Reddit players. But we're gonna judge whether we can print these or not, so let's get into it. Counter offer. A white and X. Instant. Counter target spell you don't control unless its controller pays X. If that spell is countered this way, you and that player each gain X life. Is that really much of a counter offer? Hey, look, if we counter your spell, in exchange for your spell getting countered, you're gonna gain some life. But by the way, I'm also gonna gain the life. This is a pretty crappy counter offer if you ask me. It should be just they get the life in the first place. So this, I guess they're trying to mix in a little bit of counter magic into white. I'm surprised white doesn't have more counter magic. We already know they've got the mana tithe. They can have all the other crappy counter magic that blue has, like this white and an X. Makes a lot of sense to me. So, anyway, so this is what we're going to, it's a win-win deal. What do you say? What do you say, chat? I think you can actually make this thing work. This actually looks like a real Magic card, in my opinion. I think we're gonna make this is gonna be an instant pass. The counter offer, it's not a good counter offer. It doesn't really benefit the opponent, but you know, there's a world where this could be real. Under what conditions will this ever be put in my deck? This is so thin. I think, or maybe the card is thick, but the image is squashed. Zardalu the Thin. So for a Simic hybrid, Skulk, 2/2 creature. I can't remember what Skulk is. It can't be blocked by like creatures with small powers or big power or something. As long as Zardalu, it's a legendary creature by the way, so it can be your commander. The Thin is between two other creatures on the battlefield. It gets +3/+3. What a very... So, there needs to be two creatures on the battlefield, and it's got to be between them, and it will get bigger. It gets +3/+3. It becomes a 5/5. I can't remember what is Skulk? Skulk MTG. It's an evasion ability. A creature with Skull can't be blocked by a creature with greater power. Aha. So if you're bigger, but then again, it makes itself bigger. It's a bit of a weird ability, though. Okay, so are we shipping or shredding this one? My coffee crew. With your coffees already, we have a great day today. We have a great show to go through. Darth loves democracy. So does Palpatine. That's why we brought Palpatine out. Bobby says ship it. Likes the dexterity idea. That sounds like a rules... I mean, I guess it could be reworded so long as there's two or more creatures on the battlefield. Because that way, it will be between at least... It can be between at least two creatures. Shred. Moving board state to buff is whack. It's also very strange. Astray says shred, methinks. And Schmackle says shred for being an instant cheat due to the size. Alright, that is actually a acceptable answer. Assuming that's how thin it is. Alright, whisked away. Blue, blue, black. Enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature dies, it phases out until whisked away leaves the battlefield instead. That is interesting design space. Do we have something like this? Like whenever a creature dies, you like exile it and then they all come back to play when the enchantment leaves? I will keep you safe until I have need of you once more. You have to get rid of the enchantment. Harry loves it. Ship it. So does Schmackle. Graveyard hate. Oh, that's interesting, actually. You know what? I didn't even catch that the first time around. It will actually prevent things from going to the graveyard if that is necessary. Yeah, and it says specifically instead, so it replaces the dies with you are going to be phasing out from now on. Bobby says ships, Astray says ship. I don't know if it can die, then phase out rules-wise. Well... You know what? If Wizards of the Coast would make some, not exception, but they would just add to the rules to make sure that it was so. It's missing instead. No, it has the instead at the end. Whenever a non-token creature dies, it phases out until whisked away leaves the battlefield instead, right there at the bottom. Yeah, the death triggers are gone. All right, we're shipping this one. That is an interesting line. A very, very interesting card. Very unique. That's very original. Shy Hallude. Oh, we've got the 5-color plane. Sorry, the 5-color legendary creature. It's a 5/5. Shy Hallude enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each mana from a desert spent to cast it. And then you can tap it. Shy Hallude fights target creature that entered the battlefield or attacked this turn. This is very fair. And you're going to pay a lot of life in order to cast this thing if you want to spend desert mana on it. That desert mana ain't free. Art is an 11 out of 10. You like this one? The big... I think it's an eyeball. I think it's an eyeball. I'm not sure, though. There's a little man on a desert staring into this giant eye. Deserts need the love. Well, I honestly think that this creature is pretty crappy. Like, even if you cast it with 5 deserts, you only have a 10/10 creature that I guess can fight other things. Like, this is really fair. Ship. Too far almost. Interesting ship. Is it interesting? I think it's a bit lame, to be honest. This definitely is something. It's a sandworm from Dune. Oh, sandworm from Dune. It is the Great Big Mouth. Oh, it looks like a giant eyeball to me. Looks like something... I don't know. It's like a mix of something from my nightmares versus some profound art. Isn't that from Dune? Okay, I'm obviously revealing that I haven't seen Dune yet, alright? I haven't seen Dune. I heard it's a really big movie, but I haven't seen the thing. I haven't read the book either. If there's a book, I haven't read the book. Okay, it looks like this is an easy ship. I gotta change the subject so I don't embarrass myself. I haven't recognized, apparently, the big sandworm from Dune. Okay, Necrozoa. Black 1 generic 1/1. Zombie germ. Don't get those germs. You're gonna turn into a zombie. This is how the zombie apocalypse starts. It turns into a zombie germ. It becomes contagious. A lot of zombie movies are like that, actually. It's like, they're not really zombies. They're just infected with some sort of virus, and then it just spreads. Decayed. When Necrozoa dies, you may pay a black and 1 generic. If you do, create 2 tokens that are copies of Necrozoa. Well, this is a very different type of zombie. It multiplies by itself. Imagine you're seeing 1 zombie, and then it splits off into 2. It's very creepy. It's a 1/1 creature. Okay, Waffle says, I like this card. Maybe you like the zombie thing. Decayed. When it dies, you can pay 2, and if you do, create 2 tokens that are copies, and so it just keeps coming back. So you can keep paying 2 for every single time it dies. Now, it's not that big. It's a 1/1. This is also a very interesting design. Fear is the mind killer, but Menace is the control player killer. Ooh, I like that. Can't block. Seems fair. Ship it. It would it? It's Pack Rat without the discard. Awesome ship. I can't remember. What is Decayed? It's like you attack every turn or something. Something to do with, like, you get like a zombie. No. Decayed is you have to attack. Oh man, these keywords, people. The keywords. You're killing me with the keywords. I just remember zombie tokens. Maybe I'm thinking is people, like, there are zombie tokens with Decayed. Decayed represents a static ability. This creature can't block. And whenever this creature dies or something, whenever they attack, they are sacrificed. Ah, yes. What a weird ability. Oh, yeah, you can't block, and you can only attack. But then when you attack, you die. You're like a bee, sort of. Can't block, sack after attacking. You just sack it all. Just go in. Get in there. And then multiply. This is very fair anyway. Decayed can't block and get sacked after combat if it attacks. All right, looks fair. And look at them. Look at the set symbol. It's a piece of cake. Okay, curfew. White, blue. Whoa, 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 whoa. Isn't there a card called curfew already? Isn't there a card called curfew? I'm pretty sure. Oh! Instantly disqualified for using the same name. Cannot be the same name. That goes against the rules around here. I made up the rules because Wizards of the Coast is not going to print a card that's already printed with the same name. We'll keep looking at it, but you can't have the same name as a card that already exists. White, blue, 2 generic, enchantment. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as curfew enters the battlefield. Okay, as long as it's night, creatures are detained. Oh, that is very interesting. But why does it become day instantly when curfew happens? Shouldn't it be instantly night when curfew happens? I guess they're just trying to make you work for the night part of this thing. Because, like, you know, it's curfew time. Oh, wait, it's day. That doesn't make any sense. Change the name and we are good. Card's awesome. I think it's very... I don't know how to... I'd call it Midnight Patrol or something. I don't know. Very flavorful. Change the name and ship it. The flavor on the card is good. People like that. You know what? The Custom Magic is the master of the flavor. They know how to make cards work with flavor very well. You taking notes, Wizards of the Coast? Are you paying attention to Custom Magic? Mark Rosewater said he pays a lot. He's on Reddit a lot. Spends a lot of time on Reddit. He must be looking at cards like Curfew. Okay, we got Kenshi, Sitting Blade, a red, and what is this? It's in the Is It colors for a 1/1. Sorry, a -1/1 creature. I'm sorry, is this the Custom Magic card or is this an AI generated card? You guys decide. Okay, so we have legendary creature, human samurai. So it's got first strike, flash, and split second. You're really going hard with the abilities here. Bushido 2. To be honest, I always thought like a ninja, or sorry. So I'm sorry, samurai should be fast. Maybe both of them should be really quick. You know, like I guess it's trying to do with those anime things. You know, you saw those videos where they like pull out the sword and then pull it back, and then the enemy just falls into pieces. I think that's what they're trying to go for with the flavor. They even show the blade just coming out just 1 inch and it's gonna go straight back. It's got Bushido 2. 0. Kenshi deals damage equal to its power to target creature. Then if that creature does not have lethal damage, sacrifice Kenshi. God! All of a sudden it's garbage. It just went to trash in an instant. I don't even know what... I can't remember what Bushido 2 does though. Isn't there at least one real card with negative attack, or was that an uncard? I don't know. Probably was an uncard. I don't remember ever a card. Ooh, I like this name for the last one. Neighborhood Watch. That's a good one. Char Rumbler is a real card with a negative power. You gotta be kidding me here. Char Rumbler. Well, I'll be damned. And -1 as well. Double strike. And it can get buffed up. That's insane. Alright, now, well, getting back to our card. You guys decide if we're shipping or shredding this one. As I announce today's sponsors. Which is, of course, the same sponsors ever. Oh my god! We got the Fusion Gaming Modern 3K at October 22nd. I'm gonna miss it. They have the Fusion, I forget, they always have a big something K every single year. And this day, I guess this time they're trying to dodge what they're gonna have in Las Vegas. I'm gonna be in Florida at this time, but you know what? If you're in Winnipeg, Manitoba, you go check out the Modern 3K at October 22nd. Oh my god, it's gonna be an amazing event. It always is every single year. But anyway, you can also get all your cards for that modern event at fusiongamingonline.com when you're using coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Oh my god, I am grinding Modern so much right now because I am winning, and you can win renting your favorite or best deck in the format using Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_B2Q. And now it's time to get back to the Reddit cards. It's time to get back to democracy. Oh, I'm gonna miss the fusion. The fusion fight. Where are you going? We're in Florida. I'm going to Daytona Beach, Florida. And then my next stop after going to Florida is going to Las Vegas for the Vegas Magic 30. I hate missing the Fusion 3K. Why does it need split second? Because it's a samurai. He's already used your toilet. He went into your house, used your toilet, and left before you even heard the thing flush. That's why. Okay, so what are we doing with this thing? If it were 0-3, this would be busted, would it? I don't even know. Okay, so are we shipping this? I see one ship. I see one shred. I see a shred. Gotta think too much. Alright, so we're shredding this thing. Too many words. Also, too many keywords. I still don't even know what Bushido 2 is. Makes no sense to me. Keepers of the queue. Stay in your queue. Don't get out of line here. Red, green, 2 generic for a 4/4 Orc Warrior. The spell can't be countered, which is a very gruel thing to do. First strike. The stack resolves in, first out order. What? What? What is even the point of responding to anything? Would that even work? Does it even matter anymore? So if I play like burn spell, my counter spells are rendered useless because the burn spell will resolve before my okay, so counter spells are killed. Can any other form of interaction matter? I guess removal still might matter in response to a pump spell or a pump ability. First in, first out. So the first spell you play, and then your opponent responds, but it doesn't matter. When the stack resolves, whoever got in first is going to resolve. And the flavor text is, want to cast a spell? Get in line. Get in line. Counter spell preemptively. Oh yeah, and the counter spells are already screwed anyway, because this card was already can't be countered. Shred, because interaction is an important part of the game. You can still interact, like, for example, but it just doesn't seem like it matters, actually. It's like even if you play a pump spell, if it gives it hexproof, it doesn't matter anymore because you can't resolve your spell afterwards. Play preemptive counterspell. Yeah, at your upkeep, I'm going to play counterspell for whatever spell you're about to play this turn. Okay, we got Aaron says, super jank, ship it. Ship, this is fire as a silver bordered card. This is fire as a silver border card. This also means that all removal spells always wins over all protection spells. If you have priority and you go first. So on your turn, yes. But on their turn, no. But that actually is a good point. That is a really good point, Cubing. Targets are missing when things resolve. Huh? It essentially gives all spells split second, right? I guess? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, the person who made it got countered one too many times. There's a text card that actually has this as an ability. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, the test card. So they're just bringing the test card to life. I love that the grammar isn't an issue here. No, well, I don't know. The grammar seems to be all botched up in my opinion anyway on a lot of, especially a lot of the really old Magic cards. Yeah, this breaks the queue. All right, so we shipping or shredding this thing? I think, actually, it looks pretty split between you guys. Yeah, the flavor text is gas. All right, I'm going to have to make a judgment. I say we ship it. I think, I don't know if Wizards of the Coast would love shipping this card, but we're going to ship this thing. A Storm deck is definitely going to abuse this. I don't know if a Storm deck would play this. It's a 4-mana, 4/4 creature. Actually, hold on, a lot of you don't want it. You want to ship, some of you want to ship, some of you want to shred. Some are on the ship side, some are on the shred, some want the sippy. Oh, Millmaster, thanks so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Friends don't let friends stay pony. That's right, don't stay a pony. There's a whole new world outside that barnyard. Oh man, the shreds are actually coming on force. Okay, it's gone. How about this? If you really hate it that much. Oh, and Millmaster just gifted 10 Nikachu MTG Live memberships. Thank you so much, Millmaster. I appreciate it. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to being part of the coffee crew. The cardboard coffee crew. Okay, Decisive Repudiation. White, 4 generic. Sorcery. Choose 2. Sorry, choose 2 numbers, not just any 2. Choose 2 numbers. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value between or equal to either number? What the hell does that mean? Choose 2 numbers. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value between or equal to either number. Okay, so if I choose 2 and 4, I can destroy everything between that, like 3. Or I could have 2 and 4. Justice was never meant for you. Devil Touch, thanks so much for the super chat. Flash this in and enjoy the chaos of the stack. Oh, the last one? Yes, absolutely. Just flash it in and... whoops! What if there was a... Actually, getting back to Keepers of the Queue, what if there was a really big stack already? Yeah, and then you flashed it in. Then, like, what does everything... I think everything would be first in, first out. That stack would not resolve the way you thought it was going to be. So 2, 3, and 4 all dead. Choose 2 numbers. I don't really understand this. I guess you could choose 2 numbers, and then you could have destroy everything of those men. Hold on, but what's the point? Choose 2 numbers. I could choose 1 and 10. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value between or equal to either number. Just choose a low and really high number. I don't think this works the way they want it to work. Yeah, just pick... Yeah, exactly. Pick 0 and a 150 and nuke the board. Completely garbage design. I think it would work fine if you had to choose, like, just 2 numbers and then that was it. But this whole between thing... Whoops! Oh, I think the idea... Maybe that's the idea. Hold on, maybe that's the idea. They do want you to choose somewhere between 0 and 10. And you could... Yeah, hold on. There is a little bit of game to this. Could be a token deck and say 1 to 10. Yeah, so you could keep the tokens alive. You can keep whatever small nonsense alive if you want to keep it alive. You can destroy only the things that you don't like 0 and 3. And you know what? Actually, you could kill tokens. You just name -1 and 3, and boom, tokens are dead. Hits 0. It's so you can protect certain mana value cards. Yeah, I see. They found it a really convoluted way of doing this, but you know what? I actually now think it works. You can technically avoid your own stuff, like if you have tokens and pick 1 to 150. But you would always choose... Well, I don't know. I think you would always choose that. You might want to keep your friend... Like, if you're trying to help out somebody at number 5... He has a bunch of 4 drops on the battlefield. You could choose 2 and 5 and blow up everything else. Like, everything... Basically, select things on the battlefield. It's actually really okay. Ship it. Or if you have a huge creature and you name lower numbers. Yep, that's true, too. That's true. All right. We're going to ship this thing. It hurts the people who play the middle of the board. It's anti-mid-range, really. It's anti-converted mana cost, in my opinion. Come on. It's going to be great for the token deck. Okay, Whoa! Shadows over Innistrad. I don't think they had an actual card with the name of the set. All right, blue, black, 1 generic. It's got a lot of words on it. You're cutting it close on the whole words thing. If it's too many words, you get that the instant disqualification. But okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here. At the beginning of your end step, each player discards a card. Each opponent who discarded a card that shares a card type with the card you discarded investigates. Investigate for each opponent who didn't. Oh god, it's hurting my brain. Delirium. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, transform shadows over Innistrad. Eldritch Moon. Tap, add a generic mana. Or sorry, add a colorless. Tap. Target non-basic colorless permanent becomes a 3/2 colorless Eldrazi horror creature and loses all other types and abilities for as long as Eldritch Moon remains on the battlefield. This is sweet. I think the front half is garbage. I don't like this thing at all, but I love the idea of hitting Delirium and then you get the Eldritch Moon. I think that is super ship to me. I think that is very cool. That is very cool. Wins in my book. Ship flavor win. They should have done this. What's wrong with them? Mono Moon is the only way to play the game. This card is based on luck, honestly. Becomes a 3/2 and loses all other types and abilities for as long as Eldritch Moon. Yeah, but it turns everything into a non-basic colorless permanent. This is a 3/2. Ship, great card. All right. Sort of like Selective Group Hug in some way. Alright, we're all going to ship this thing. Alright, we're going to ship. We're all in agreement. I don't like the front half, though. Too many words. I don't like reading. I read enough. I read chat enough. I don't want to go off and then read, like, read the cards. Okay, Hammeretz. Oh, I've always hated this guy's name. Hammeretz Medallion for a blue. Legendary artifact equipment. I didn't even notice he was wearing jewelry. Equip Planeswalker. Oh god. Equip Planeswalker gains +1. Draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. Alright, so it's just brainstorm on a Planeswalker. It also has a blue tap. Oh, I think the equipment just works by itself. You can pay a blue tap scry 2, and you can equip this to Jace. Did Jace ever use this? It's pretty useless on Jace the Mind Sculptor. So it's only for Jace's. Should be called Jace's Medallion. What's the flavor for a literal planetary body to be a 3/2? That's like... Well, there were a lot of little Eldrazi's out there. Like, Eldrazi Mimic, Matter Reshaper. So I think that's the idea. I think this is too cheap. I don't even think it's that good, to be honest. For a blue to equip your Planeswalker and give it a measly +1 and give it Brainstorm. And it can only be on a Jace, by the way. Can't be put on Teferi. The Medallion doesn't like Teferi. The Medallion doesn't like Ral Zarek. Only Jace. It'd be funny on a Mind... I know, you get to plus... Oh, you could do... No, you could still only do 1 a turn. Because it's still the plane. It just gains that 1 ability. You can only make 1 Planeswalker ability a turn. Was this an item Jace got on Ixalan? I have no idea. Can I give it to my opponent's Jace? You can donate it to them. Donate's a card. The flavor is that it isn't the moon. That's the 3/2, but the target. Yeah, the target is the 3/2. It falls off their neck whenever equipped. Does it? I mean, I have no idea how... I'm assuming you could equip this to Planeswalkers. You could probably cheat this onto a non-Jace Planeswalker. Alright, everything is named Jace. As it is, dump it. I think this is a really niche, narrow card. Why? That's my question. Whoever invented this card, why would you do this? Do you have like one Jace Cunning Castaway and you're like, I wish this thing could brainstorm? Because I think that's how all these cards are made. They have like a card or something that needs to be buffed. They have an idea that they want to put over the top. And so they create a card in order to make this idea a reality. So they have like this one garbage Jace that they want to brainstorm. Yeah, it's for Jace Tribal. But a lot of them draw cards and look at several cards deep anyway. This seems like a proof of concept. I don't think it's a good design though. Alright, we shipping or shredding this thing? If you could equip to any planeswalker, I'd ship, but this I'd shred. You know what? Bobby, I think you're gonna speak for all of us. We're not playing this thing. This equip Jace thing is nonsense. If it worked with any planeswalker, maybe ship. This is too narrow, so shred, yeah. Only Jace's. Come on, Jace is not that good. Alright, Liliana. Cruel Enchantress. Black, 2 generic. Got 3 loyalty abilities at 3 loyalty. +1. Each player sacrifices a creature. Each player who can't loses 2 life. That's pretty broken. That's pretty broken in my... Going up and sacking creatures? Does that even exist anywhere? That's pretty... I think that's a very strong ability. Fortunately, only +1, so we're only going to 4 loyalty. Okay, -2. Target player discards 2 cards. That's pretty disgusting, too. Alright, and then -6. Each opponent gets an emblem with, as an additional cost to cast permanent spells, pay 3 life and sacrifice a permanent. That's actually a nice ultimate. I like that. I can feel that ultimate. You're like ultimately completely screwed. You're gonna lose all your lands as you cast anything. That's a good ultimate. I like it. People might actually... Yeah, we finally made Bitter Blossom good. Liliana, Cruel Enchantress. It actually seems like... It's a very strong planeswalker, but it feels sort of balanced. Seems a bit broken. Gross shred. Ship it 100%. Ship it. Looks solid. I think you guys might regret this thing being shipped. It looks too strong in my opinion. This will definitely see a lot of play. The +1 is strong. Maybe it will die easily. I don't know. Maybe it's not so easy to protect. And it's at 4 mana. So at that point of the game, there's going to be tons of stuff on the battlefield. There's a lot of creatures. They're just going to sack the dinky one and attack you with the big one. But ultimates should be disgusting, you know? Ultimates are not disgusting enough. There's a lot of garbage ultimates out there. Each opponent gets an emblem with... Oh, what is this like for Commander? Target player discards 2 cards, so that's not useful. But everyone sacks a creature? That's gotta be busted in Commander. In Pathetic Commander, that is. CEDH, probably they don't care. Playing creatures? You're a... Jump if you play creatures. Isn't it just a reverse Liliana the Veil? It's an improved Liliana the Veil. Slightly different. This now you discard 2 cards. Oh yeah, that's funny. Instead, I didn't catch that. Maybe this is like a reverse Liliana the Veil. Instead of each player discarding a card, now each player sacks a creature. Instead of one player discarding, pitching a creature, one person pitches... Well, 2 cards in this case. Caleb says, keep it. You need a creature as well, or you will burn yourself out. No! You don't need a creature yourself. Oh, hold on. No, first off, the ultimate only affects opponents. And if you don't got any creature, then it doesn't matter. You don't lose anything. Is it on level of Karn or other powerful planeswalkers? Definitely on par, I think. Well, it's not as good as Karn, because Karn can just lock you out with Ensnaring Bridge. Or maybe this is better because you don't need to go get the Ensnaring Bridge and put it into play, which can be a whole ordeal in itself. Commander players don't really care for planeswalkers. Too easy to get rid of them. Really? Playing creatures in this CEDH economy? Exactly. Exactly. If you don't have a creature, you lose 2 life. Oh! Each player... Oh, so that's right. You do get punished by that clause. So it might be fair in that regards. Don't be fetching and shocking too much. That Thoughtseize are gonna burn ya. So this is very balanced, actually. All right, we're gonna ship this one. A lot of you guys like this one. Yeah, the first effect affects all players, including like each player who can't. So, and then if you have Bitter Blossom, you're losing life anyway. You just can't win here. Death Shadow still likes this. True story. You gotta be, yeah, we gotta plan around that burn. But if you plan for that kind of burn, it's all good. All right, interesting design. I actually like it. I like this a lot. Bench. Okay, I like the flavor. Flavor win already. So we've got a 2 mana. Hold on, let me adjust this thing here. 2 mana, 0/3. I did not adjust it. Got it. Nailed it. Okay, it's a vehicle. Is it? Is a bench a vehicle? Love that art, to be honest. Okay, so untap a creature that crewed bench this turn. So if I crew bench and then I can untap it, if all creatures that crewed bench this turn are untapped, bench becomes a vehicle artifact and loses all other creature types. Crew 1. I don't get this. Come sit is the flavor text. Flavor is A+, so we crew it. Untap a creature that crewed bench this turn. So we untap it. If all creatures that crewed bench this turn are untapped, bench becomes a vehicle artifact. Oh, it becomes a 0/3 and loses all other creature types? I don't really get that creature type thing. Automatic ship, just a weird 0/3 2-cost creature. It requires, okay, I guess it like has protection from sweepers because you have to animate it. So you have to animate the bench for it to become a real thing. So yeah, it's a 0/3 wall that you have to animate in a really bizarre fashion. That it's basically free to crew because you tap it to crew it and then it'll untap later. Goofy creature. This seems like combo fodder for some janky niche tier 5 deck. Oh! I think you're right. There's a lot of stuff that triggers when the creature taps, then untaps. And you could do that. You can crew this thing an infinite number of times. Oh no, but it's going to lose all abilities. Bench becomes a vehicle artifact and loses all other it loses all other creature types. Okay, so it could be a combo card. Very weird combo card. Infinite untap machine scaring commander. Yeah, you gotta be scared of everything in commander. Your opponent's assembling all those weird cards. What do? But you know they're up to something. And then when they play the final piece of the puzzle, it's too late. Inspired is the mechanic. Well, the bench doesn't even become a creature. Barely. It's a bench! There it is. It's a bench. Cool, weird flavor. Bad creature, easy ship. Sounds good. Untapping is part of the cost, so you can do infinite untaps and taps on the stack. This creature sits down until the creature is ready to stand back up. Yeah, that's right. Sits back down. All right. Take a rest. It should like, I want to say like it should give it life or something. Give it rest. Like the toughness comes back. It like relieves damage. That's what a bench should really do. Oh, a slight twist here. Fact to fiction for 1 white instant. Exile target creature spell. That spell's controller may draw a card. Oh, that's pretty unique territory here. And now it's very narrow, so 1 white is perfectly fine. Exile, that's really new territory. Exile the target creature spell, and that spell's controller may draw a card. Think again. This is pretty good. I don't think it's too broken at 1 mana either. Who doesn't want to draw cards? Conditional counterspell. 2nd white counterspell, absolutely. I don't think this is that good because it only hits creatures. Maybe that's relevant to Commander, but in competitive Magic it's not. Like, getting that card is bonkers. Yeah, it's like a white counterspell, but only for creatures. Not instants, sorceries, planeswalkers, nothing else. Looney likes it, so does Zachary. I also like it. And then we got Lord of the James Clan that says, that's broken. Doesn't like the idea of a 1 mana counter spell. Get those 1 mana counter. But it's not like Veil of Summer where it's a 1 mana counter and you draw a card. Which actually it's technically Veil of Summer's not even technically a counter spell. Basically acts like one though. That's a weird ass remand. Well, yeah, but they don't get the card back. It gets exiled. So for any problematic creatures, like maybe a Yawgmoth or something, or anything that would come back from the graveyard, you just exile it immediately. Compared to Path and Swords, I think it's very balanced. You exile it on the stack before it becomes any problem. Except it's cheaper than Essence Scatter. Yeah, but you get to... The downside is your opponent gets to draw cards, so they don't get to stay up on cards. But it'd be huge tempo. A huge tempo swing. A 1-mana counterspell with a condition would be decent in blue, but too low costed for white. How much lower can you go? And they were gonna Path, or they were gonna Swords to Plowshares the thing anyway. And if not Swords to Plowshares, they would just Leyline Binding the thing anyway. Swan Song is 1 mana. I don't see the problem. Absolutely. Swan Song is actually for all the non-creature spells, more or less. Or for a lot of non-creature spells. Yeah, it's Path that prevents ETB. That's just way too strong. What is with you people? All right. Well, it seems you guys are really split on this one. So are we shipping or shredding this? Charles says ship. I don't see a problem. First to 3 wins this one out. It would have been very good yesterday. Were you in a game where you needed this thing? Looks fine, to be honest. We got a second ship. This, we have ships all around. We're shipping this one. Excellent. I like the card. I like the design. Make it blue? I think it's a problem once you make it blue. I think it's better as a conditional white card. Oh, we've got a super chat. We got Bruno. Deals with hexproof creatures. Thanks so much for the super chat. As it scrolls away. Oh, here it is. Deals with hexproof creatures. It does. So it's a counter spell. All right, moving on. Oh, Oko. Oko is back. Oko, mischievous morphling. Blue-green, 1 generic. Oh, God. I don't feel good about this one. Getting flashbacks of the old Oko for 3 mana. 3 loyalty. It's a changeling. Okay! I can get behind this. So maybe it's gonna make us some delicious merfolk. +1, create a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with changeling. All right, I like this thing's jive. -1, until end of turn, target creature or planeswalker becomes a 2/2 blue bird creature with flying and loses all abilities. I like it. And -4, choose a creature type, draw a card for each permanent you control the chosen type. Ship this thing! Ah, this is great. This is finally what the Merfolk community needed. It's what the Merfolk community didn't know they wanted. They didn't know they even wanted. Finally is even a good reason to splash green. Oko is not a creature, so it can't have creature types, so changeling does nothing. It's gonna bend the rules to make it work. It's gonna make the thing work. I can hear the ship. Ship the thing. Ship the fixed Oko. Shred, it's not an elk. Yeah, they screwed all the elk. They said they got rid of the elks. They added birds. I think he can make anything though. A balanced Oko should be -5 or -6. That's way too. Oh, actually, that's true. Takes a long. This is really easy to ultimate. You just go +1, -4. But if you just attack it once, it's like a nightmare to try to get back to that ultimate. And you also might not have any creatures on the battlefield. I think this works if Grist works. That's right. I think -1 should be -2. Yeah, maybe. Could be for like creature removal, just like Liliana the Veil. But then again, you're giving them a bird to kill it. So if you go -1, it's 2 loyalty. And actually, I forgot about this thing. So if you give just at -1, you're killing your Oko more or less. So you better like transform something like really important. Because if you go -1, you give them the 2/2 flying bird. Where do you think that thing's headed? It's going straight for the Oko at 2 loyalty. So I think at -1, it's probably fine. It can turn itself into a bird. Till end of turn, target creature or planeswalker. That's true. I can fly now. Interesting. It's only for end of turn. What? No, there's no end. Oh, until end of turn, target creature or planeswalker. Oh, weird. This is super fixed Oko with flying and loses all other abilities. Okay, so that is a bit bizarre. So it doesn't even do anything. I think the I think the -1 is useless. You basically shrink something on your turn and then that's it. That's garbage. Maybe it's important for, I don't know, just turning into a creature that needs to fly over. That -1 sucks. That is just trash. It's like the fixed... That could have been a +1, in my opinion. I think it needs hexproof as a bird. Could stop a Kenrith. Eliminate the end of turn, then shit. Well, hey, that's probably what they did with the original Oko, and then we all regretted it. It probably did have some end of turn clause. For 3 mana, this Planeswalker is super shippable. All right, let's ship. I think we can. I think it's probably fair. So it's a slightly more garbage of a card than I was hoping, but whatever. The -1 helps get rid of Blightsteel / Eldrazi's, but only on your turn. Okay, Flying Frog Brigade. What's it with custom magic and the frogs? They like the frogs. It's a cute picture, actually. Oh, it's like these little frogs on these lily pads. It's almost like aliens. Okay, 1 green, 1/1 flying. Flying Frog Brigade gains death touch until end of turn. Okay, now I can't tell if someone actually made this card or this was AI generated, because this definitely looks like an AI. This definitely looks like something the AI would spit out at me if I just kept looking for new cards over and over again. Why does this need to tap for death touch? A 1/1 death touch flyer is fine. You know you want to. It's fine, but it needs a mana cost for the death touch. I guess some frogs are poisonous. 1 green for a flyer is enough. Remember when tapped blockers didn't deal damage? No, I don't actually. Was that a rule at some time? Man, that goes beyond, like... That's like way before me, if that ever was something. Ship for Stompy. Stompy, would Stompy play this? I don't think Stompy would want this. You cannot attack with death touch, only block. Yeah, that's true. You can't attack, so they can block you freely. The answer to Murktide, that could be true. Replace tap with a pay 1. I think the idea is they want it to tap. That's on purpose, people. I know. I love the lily pad hovercrafts. And they are really cute, actually. They're very, very cute. It actually makes no sense why they would be flying, but then again, you know what? It's a magical land. It's magic. Why are the frogs flying? Someone cast a spell, you know? Someone cast a spell. You conjured up this flying frog anyway. Yeah, I like this. This is weird flavor, but I'd ship it because frog. I've lost my frog. Flying Frog Brigade plus bench equals infinite tap and untap. So combining this with bench, what we can do, we can crew the bench. Well, I don't know how it would work. But bench and this is probably some sort of combo. They look... Oh, they are definitely on a mission. Don't screw with the frogs. This is just Flying Fang of Shigeki that can't attack. It's fine. I agree. And no flavor text shred. Yeah, no explanation for this at all. This makes no sense whatsoever. The frog on the bench comments. Alright, we'll ship this thing. It's funny. It almost looks like the houses and trees are a reflection in the water since they have a blue hue. Oh, that's true. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe they're pretending to fly, and it's good enough. True story. Alright. Velatha the Pitiless. Red, black, blue, 2 generic for a 5/5 creature. It's a legendary creature in the Grixis colors. When Velatha the Pitiless enters the battlefield, and at the beginning of your upkeep, if you haven't set a scheme into motion this turn, visit Scryfall. What? Screw all that. Not doing that. Not going to Scryfall. Well, Dustin is like, ship it. Well, you guys want to go to Scryfall? Is Scryfall canon now on Wizards of the Coast? Wizards doesn't even own Scryfall. They have Gatherer. It should be Gatherer, not Scryfall. Although I think Scryfall is infinitely better than Gatherer. So all the love to Scryfall out there. Custom MTG sure likes to crap on the color pie almost as much as R&D does. Where's the silver border? Exactly. It's just nonsense. I would add a silver border, but this is in between black and silver. Nice adventurism here. Or sorry, oh, advertisement here. That's right. Ship for alchemy. AI ad. Scryfall plug. Hey, Scryfall is a great service. It's really good. It's better than Gatherer for, like, looking up cards. No pity, you have to go to the URL. I know, you have to go. I don't like it. So I'm shredding this thing. I'm going to shred it another time. Actually, when I read this, I was more like this. Alright. If stickers are canon, so is this. It probably will be at one point. One day, we're going to have to always be on our phones to look up what the card does. Oh! For anyone who has read the Metamorphosis. Alright, we've got Gregor the Gormless. I haven't read many books in my life. Probably 3, but this was one of them because they forced me to do it. They forced me to do this. Forced me to read this in university. And we've got a special guest to see the bug. We've got Salud. Salud the Tame. Actually, Salud the Bug Hunter. Salud has eaten grasshoppers and flies and all sorts of stuff. And he would hunt this big cockroach. You like the cockroaches, Salud. Ship for the cat? Ship the cat. Yeah. We'll ship the cat. Okay, Gregor the Gormless. I don't know what Gormless means. So it's in Sultai colors, a 1/3. Merge over a human. I like the flavor. A Simic and a black. And then you can... Does it have to be merge? What's it called? There was mutate. It could have been mutate. If you cast this spell for its merge cost, put it over target human. The resulting permanent is the card on top plus all the abilities from underneath it. Or maybe that's a separate ability that I forgot about. Skulk. Creature can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. I don't even think it should be allowed to attack. I don't like that. Gregor never attacked or did anything. There was nothing wrong with that. This is a Franz Kafka reference. I actually don't think this creature should attack. Gregor did nothing. Gregor the Gormless can't attack a player who controls a human. Alright, so that makes some sense. Pay 1 life. Create a tap food token. It deals 1 damage to Gregor. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So there was like this apple that got lodged in his back. So the food actually was very painful to him. You can't mutate on a human, so this is a human mutation. Mutate can't target humans. Ah, gotcha. So you gotta go merge. Cats are basically murder furballs. Yes, they will eat all the bugs and kill the mice and all that other stuff. It's an insect coward. Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice the creature type. Insect coward. Outstanding picture. Ship it. I don't care for the rest. Is the AI reading books? Maybe it is. So, okay, Nexus says this is a shred. I think the flavor is sort of on point. I guess it's fine. Skulk makes sense. Is this the only coward card? No, actually. Coward is an official creature type, if I remember correctly. Coward is an official creature type. Yeah, coward support. Support for cowards. We need more cowards in this game. This can't be AI generated. It's too specific. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Cowards can block warriors. The organic intelligence is reading books, actually. Yeah, the organic intelligence. All right, so we ship it. I guess we can ship this. Ship for cowards and for literature. I agree, Looney. All right. Moving on to Regal Valkyries. White, white, 3 generic for a 4/4 Angel Warrior with flash and flying. Wrath from above! When Regal Valkyries enter the battlefield, it deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. That's pretty strong. This is basically removal on white. You get it in at flash, you get that 4/4 body, so it deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. And the blocking creatures. So you can just ship your creatures. Someone blocks and you just blow out one of the creatures. There is a warrior card that makes any creatures into cowards. It says warriors cannot be blocked by cowards. Yes, I remember there is that such a creature exists. Fair though at 5 mana. This is the ultimate. Well, I don't know if this is a strictly better Serra Angel because it doesn't have vigilance. I think it's all right. We ship. I think this is a totally fine card. We won't waste too much time here. This is the first time someone just designs like a regular card that probably could see play. It would help the Angel tribal decks. Okay, what is this? This is incredibly fair. Can't wait to have it see no play. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Envious Thieveling. Blue 2 generic for a 2/2. It's a curse creature. Enchantment creature curse. Alright, it's got the ability Hex. Blue 1 generic if you cast the spell for its Hex cost. It's an aura spell with enchant player and as flying. Okay, so flying, pay a blue, 3 generic, draw a card. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each spell enchanted player cast this turn. I don't get it! If you cast the spell for its Hex cost, it's an aura with enchant player. Okay, let's say I put it on somebody. You can pay blue, 3 generic, draw a card. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each spell enchanted player cast this turn. I guess it's just like this enchant player piece and then you just draw cards. Yellow's like, I like it, ship it. It's a stacks piece for commander? I don't know. I have no idea what this is for. It's a very awkward card. I can't even read it properly. It's basically a 2/2 flying or draw engine. Put on yourself? I guess so. Don't know where else to put it. Hex yourself, play Storm. Finally, a card for my Cursed Tribal. Oh, this would be disgusting in Storm. So its ability costs 1 less to activate for each spell enchanted player cast this turn. You just play a bunch of rituals, and then all of a sudden, 1 blue draws a card. Although, that may not be too busted. I mean, there's a lot of, like, pay X draw cards out there, and, you know, they're not all busted. Basically, if someone casts too many spells in 1 turn, you can pay 1 to draw a card. Draw cards. Really costs for each. No, only you for each spell enchanted player cast this turn. So if you enchanted yourself, I think it also works as a draw engine if it's a creature. Yeah, yeah, it would. If it's just a creature, it still has that ability. Actually, hold on. That makes no sense. Okay, let's say you play this as a creature. Draw a card. You're not enchanted anymore. So it only works if you're, like, hexed. I don't like this design. I don't like it. I don't like how it's worded. I have no idea how this card exactly works. Not a very curse... Not very a curse for your opponent, more of an upside for you. I know. What kind of curse is this? You could enchant the opponent if they play Storm. They're probably gonna kill you, to be honest. They can, like, you can draw all the cards you want. It probably isn't gonna matter very much. It is a common. Make it rare? I don't even think this is that good. I don't like how they worded this garbage. You enchant yourself, and then if you storm off, you can draw for cheap. You only get the discount if they are enchanted. Otherwise, it's a 4 mana to draw as a creature. Oh, okay, that's right. Okay, it costs 1 less to cast if enchanted. That's right. Okay. We got Lord Magicus, Master Judge here, clearing things up for us. Only a mad lad would curse themselves. It's not even that big of a curse. It seems like a benefit. You get to draw cards. Oh, I get it. You enchant other players, but you still control the enchantment, so you get to still play the ability. So for anyone who's trying to play a lot of spells per turn, I see what it. So basically, this person hates someone at their commander night that just plays a lot of spells, and they would like, hey, I wish I got a little something out of this. That's basically what they made this thing for. All right, well, we just ship that thing. We're gonna ship it and call it a day. All right, thanks everyone for joining me today. Those were some great custom cards we saw, some hilarious designs. If you want to be part of the action, join us Monday to Fridays at 8 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time for Coffee and MTG. Thanks everyone for the super chats, becoming members of the show. Lets me know that you love the show. We got to keep doing this every single day on the weekdays. But thank you for showing up, because without you guys, there is no show. You're the ones that help us decide which to rate these cards, if we're going to keep them or let them go. Bench! Yes, Bench. An excellent creative custom card. So as usual, keep brewing up those coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.